You wanted to see the new chauffeur, my lord?
Yes, indeed. Please send him in. Come in. Come in. Good to see you again. Branson, isn't it?
That's right, your lordship.
I hope they've shown you where everything is and we've delivered whatever we promised at the interview.
Certainly, my lord.
Won't you miss Ireland?
Ireland, yes, but not the job. The mistress was a nice lady, but she only had one car and she wouldn't let me drive it over 20 miles an hour. So it was a bit, well, boring, so to speak. You've got a wonderful library.
You're very welcome to borrow books if you wish.
Really, my lord?
Well, there's a ledger over there that I make everyone use, even my daughters. Carson and Mrs. Hughes sometimes take a novel or two. What are your interests?
History and politics, mainly.
Heavens. Carson, Branson is going to borrow some books. He has my permission.
Very good, my lord.
Is that all, my lord?
It is. Off you go and good luck. He seems a bright spark after poor old Taylor.
Why is Sybil having a new dress, not me?
Because it's Sybil's turn.
Can it be my choice this time?
Of course, Tony. As long as you choose what I choose. Branson, you'll be taking Lady Sybil to Ripon tomorrow. She'll be leaving after luncheon.
Certainly, your ladyship.
Poor old Madam Swan. I don't know why we bother with fitting. She always makes the same frock.
What do you want her to make?
Something new and exciting.
Heavens, look at the time. Not a minute to change. And Granny's invited herself for dinner.
Then she can jolly well wait.
So women's rights begin at home, I see. Well, I'm all for that.
Will you have your own way, do you think? With the frock? Only I couldn't help overhearing yesterday. And from what her ladyship said, it sounded as if you support women's rights.
I suppose I do.
Because I'm quite political. In fact, I brought some pamphlets that I thought might interest you about the vote.
Thank you. But please don't mention this to my father or my grandmother. One whiff of reform and she hears the rattle of the guillotine. It seems rather unlikely, a revolutionary chauffeur.
Maybe. But I'm a socialist, not a revolutionary. And I won't always be a chauffeur.
Good evening, everyone.
Last June saw Emily Davison crushed to death beneath the hooves of the King's horse. Will the summer of 1914 prove as fatal for the hopes of women? It cannot! This historic by-election can be the first step on the journey to women's equality.
If you're so keen on women's rights, let a woman speak!
Well, why stop there? Let's get the dogs up and listen to them parts.
You all right, my lady?
Isn't it exciting?
Sybil, I think it's time for Branson to take you home. Not yet. I think so. I applaud your spirit in coming and I will applaud your discretion when you leave.
But you agree with everything he says?
I do, my dear, but I also know if anything happens to you, Branson will lose his place.
Better safe than sorry, my lady.
Oh, it's an act of mercy. I disagree. But
The car's just here.
the benefit
Women must get the vote, mustn't they, Branson? Why does the Prime Minister resist the inevitable?
Politicians can't often recognise the changes that are inevitable.
I hope you do go into politics. It's a fine ambition.
Ambition or dream? If I do, it's not all about women and the vote for me, nor even freedom for Ireland. It's the gap between the aristocracy and the poor and...
And what?
Sorry. I don't mean to speak against his lordship.
Why not? You obviously don't approve of him.
Not as a representative of an oppressive class. But he's a good man. And a decent employer.
Spoken like a true politician. What do I look like? Could you sneak me around the back? I should hate for Papa to see me like this.
Where to from here, milady?
What do you mean? We've arrived.
The meeting's in one of these buildings here.
This is the meeting. We're here for the counting of the votes.
I don't understand it. I thought that...
Don't be silly, Branson. You didn't think I'd miss my very first by-election.
I don't think his lordship would approve.
Let me worry about him.
I have to park the car. Don't move. Stay where you are.
Really, Branson? I thought I gave the orders.
This is not our interest in politics. It's spoiling for a fight.
5,894 votes. I hereby declare that the
How you get, lads? We'll soon wipe the smile off the Tory bloody faces.
duly elected to serve as Member of Parliament
Sybil!
for the Ripon constituency.
What on earth are you doing here?
Couldn't miss this.
Couldn't you? I could.
I don't like the look of this, milady. Look, I'm on your side. Don't cause any trouble. You have to believe me.
What's your problem then, Mr. Lardy-Jar?
My problem is you.
All right.
Oh, no. Oh, please, God, no.
This way.
I fetched a coat.
Why? What do I need a coat for?
I come to fetch you, my lady. We've taken Lady Sybil to Crawley House in the village.
What's happened?
I took her to Ripon for the count. She got injured in a fight.
Take me there at once. My God. Oh, my darling.
I didn't know what to do, so I had Branson bring her here.
Quite right. Mamma would have fainted if she'd seen her like this. As for Papa...
This will sting a bit. But it stopped bleeding. Did you know she was planning this?
Of course not.
Well, what were you doing there?
I was working late. I'd forgotten it was election night, or I wouldn't have stayed.
I'm so grateful you did. Oh, I could wring Branson's neck.
What was he thinking? I'm afraid it'll cost him his job.
No. I told him he was taking me to a committing meeting. When he realised what it was, he wanted to come straight back.
You'll have to stick up for him, because Papa will skin him alive.
Are you feeling strong enough to go home?
I think so. He'll take me.
Here, wear my coat to cover the blood. You'll look more normal.
Lean on me.
She's not badly hurt, is she?
I don't think so, no.
Thank God.
Better be prepared. I'm afraid Lord Grantham will hit the roof.
I never would have taken her there. I may be a socialist, but I'm not a lunatic.
I'm not sure Papa knows the difference.
You let me know how she gets on. Please.
If you wish.
How dare you? How dare you disobey me in this way?
Robert, I'm sure...
Are you so knowledgeable about the great world?
Papa, I'm sorry I disobeyed you. But I'm interested. I'm political. I have opinions.
Of course, I blame Branson.
I don't think that's fair.
We had none of this. None of it! Until he set foot in our house. I suppose I should give thanks he hasn't burnt the place down over our heads.
Branson didn't know anything about it until we arrived there.
He leaves tonight.
If you punish Branson, I'll never speak to you again. Never.
I don't believe this is Branson's fault, truly, Papa.
Blame me.
I do blame you!
Robert, can we do this in the morning? Sybil needs rest.
But if I find tomorrow that Branson is missing, I'll run away, I warn you.
Oh, and where would you go?
Well, I can't think now, but I will go. And you'll be sorry.
I should be sorry. Very sorry indeed.
Apparently our father's taken the whole of them, true though.
I wish ours was.
I've got news, my lady.
Mr. Bromwich is wrong. You've done it, Gwen. You've got the job. Take it. Take it.
Something to celebrate?
I got the job, Mrs. Hughes. I'm a secretary. I'm forgotten.
I'm very happy for you, Gwen, and we'll celebrate after we finish today's work.
Of course, Mrs. Hughes.
I don't suppose...
Lady Sybil. Her ladyship was asking after you. Be careful, my lad, or you'll end up with no job and a broken heart.
What do you mean?